Credible Hulk here, and today we're playing Kerbal Space Program in honor of SpaceX's successful deployment of the Jason 3 satellite. Congratulations, guys. It's no small feat to launch a rocket into space. But today, Credible Hulk's going to be designing a rocket and launching it into simulated space. You know, Credible Hulk has over 700 some odd hours in space engineers and a couple hundred hours playing Kerbal Space Program, so maybe you can let Credible Hulk work for you. But anyway, I'm going to be turning the sound down because I can hear it blaring in my ears, so I'm going to turn this down right here. Accept. Okay. All right. And we're going to start game, start new. And we're gonna go with Hulk's Space Travel Incorporated. And we're gonna go with Science. We're not gonna go with Sandbox because I don't want it to be too easy. Don't want to go with Career because I don't want it to be too hard. I know that sounds kind of pansy, but we're gonna go with Science because we're going to explore the realms of space flight. Allow reverting flights, allow quick loading, missing crews respawn, indestructible facilities, allow stock vessels, science reward, 300% re-entry heating, 100% resource abundance, 100. Okay. Start. We first started playing this a long time ago when I first bought it. Oh, I don't need you. Thank you. I was able to actually get into outer space and do some space exploring and do some of this and some of that. And I played it recently, and for some reason, I don't know if there was an update or what, but for some reason, I just can't go into orbit and then come back down every single time. My freaking my pod here disintegrates. So we're gonna see how it goes. First thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna build our rocket. We're gonna put our command pod because you have to have some form of control out there, which we have. Now we're gonna go with. We don't really have too many parts to start with, as you can see. We have a mystery goo, which is just a science experiment. We have a parachute that opens up on entry. Well, not on entry, but we have to command it to deploy to save it, and we'll get more into that when the time comes. Oh, why are my keypad so sticky? Anyway, we have a control fin, which is just a basic fin. I don't even think it. I think it's just a straight fin. I don't think it changes or anything. It just adds stabilization. One structure and one engine. No fuel tanks or anything like that. We just have a basic craft to start off with because we are we got to build up our science. So put our command pod out there, put our parachute on there, and then put our engine on there. Our engine has an internal fuel tank. We don't have to worry about adding additional fuel tanks. It's just one unit. This right here is your staging. So 0 is the last thing that's going to happen. Right now we have the rockets firing and the parachute deploying at the exact same time. Well, we don't want that. We want our rocket to go up and then the parachute to deploy when it comes down. I don't have any kind of... I think it's structural. There's going to become some separating pieces that way I can separate the command module from anything else, but I don't have them unlocked right now. So this is just a basic ship. We're going to go ahead and we're going to launch it. I don't know the keys to be able to tell you the keys, but there is a nice tutorial that teaches you how to do all these things. And the reason why I don't know the keys is because I have a handy dandy Logitech G13 gamepad that I can set all the different keys to whatever they are, and I've done that. I programmed it, so I don't remember what they are. But anyway, I've pushed the throttle all the way up, and I hit the space bar to launch it. And that spacebar is what's controlling our staging. So spacebar goes to this stage, then I say, hey, I'm ready for the next stage, and it starts the next stage. I'm out of gas, and that's just wind resistance. That's just the wind resistance. We have our pressure, surface speed, and this is the distance from the surface of the planet. This is our atmosphere, of how much oxygen and pressure there is. I think this is pressure. This might be G-forces or something. I can't remember. This is G-force right here. There's your G-force. And I can't remember what this fancy gauge is called, but it tells you where you are pointing in the direction. Like right now I'm going straight up. My nose is pointing straight up. If I move around, you can see now it's pointing straight at the ground. I'm pointing at the horizon, but I need to get corrected because I need to fall straight. I need to fall like this. That's how. No, no, no. Come on. All right, we're gonna deploy our parachute because we're going. If you noticed, it was red and now it's yellow. It's yellow because I'm still going a little bit too fast, or I'm too fast and too high. It has to be. It's gonna pop up and tell me. It's not gonna tell me, but you have to. The chute will deploy when it goes to a certain speed. When it gets to, and see, look, I'm not slowing down enough. I'm not slowing down enough for it to deploy. Okay, there we go. And then it was a safe recovery. We can speed up time here, but every time I speed it up, I wreck. So, just coming in for a landing. Taking our time. Let me see my joke is I have over 800 hours logged in Space Engineers and like 100 something hours logged in Kerbal Space Program. So I mean, if SpaceX wants to watch my show and see that I have all this experience with the artificial stuff, maybe I could work on the real thing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Uh-huh. Yeah, I know, it's just a joke. I believe I need to go there. Okay, so this is the science, research, and development. Okay, it tells you right here, research and development. Click there, and this is your research tree. This is how many points you've unlocked. This is the different planets and moons that you can go to. This is the experiments that you have done. So we have recovered a vessel that survived a flight, and we earned 15 science. Cool. We're going to, if you see there's a little asterisk with blue, the blue asterisk, it says 5. It also shows right here that it costs 5 science, and we have 15 science available. Sorry. And it tells you right here the different parts that it would unlock. So the basic rocketry would give me a fuel tank, a different booster, and an engine. This one would give me the decoupler, which is the separator between stages, a data transmitter, and a science experiment. Okay, it's the observation bay. It's just an experimentation device, kind of like that goo thing that I was telling you about. But we're going to go right now with basic rocketry. And you see it has two more branches that popped open. One of which is 20 and the other is 18, so I don't have enough for either of those, but I do have enough for Engineering 101, so we'll go ahead and get that one. Now I've only got 5, so I won't be able to afford anything else, but now I have a decoupler. I have a basic rocket tank and a basic rocket and some boosters. So now we're going to go back to the hangar, redesign our rocket ship a little bit more. So we're going to go ahead and leave our command module and our parachute. That's what those are called. Those are called parachutes. First thing we do is we're going to add a decoupler. That way we can separate our command module and we're not stressing out about weight when it comes to re-entry and coming down. We're going to put 2 fuel tanks because we want to be... A lot of people are like, oh, well, you can actually get into like how much thrust vectoring and whatnot because it shows you how much fuel this fuel tank will hold, and it'll tell you the weight, the mass, and then you can look at the thrust, right? Because this will show you right here max thrust in ASL, max thrust vacuum. But I just I wing it. I wing it. I do. And then we're going to add another decoupler. So we got a rocket engine, 2 fuel tanks. We're going to put another decoupler on here just so that we can put... We're going to do something crazy. Do something crazy. Okay, this is a symmetry mode. Symmetrical. So right now, since it's on the 1 dot, if I put 1 on here, it puts 1 on there. If I put 2, it'll put 2 symmetrically apart at different intervals. We can go 3 or 4, and as you can see, it increases to that much. And when we put down those 4 are going to be linked together as 1. So right now, the stage diagram shows that I have 5 of the booster rockets firing at once. Then the decoupler will go off, drop those away. Then I have to push it again to ignite the engines, and then I have to push it again to separate the command module, and then I have to push it again to release the parachute. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as this decouples, I want the engines to go off. So that's why I moved that down, so that now I have thrust and immediate thrust after separation. It might blow this up underneath us when it pushes away, but it's not going to blow up our primary spacecraft. Sorry. And now that we have a little bit of a bigger spacecraft, we're going to go ahead and throw on our goo. Oh, I also have that. So we'll add that to it too. Yes, this is going to decouple with it. I'm pretty sure that doesn't matter. Woo, I don't want 4 of them. I want 1 of them. And this right here, that's new. This right here gives us the angle of snap. Like you saw how that was, you know, pretty well. Oh, come on. Well-rounded. Put this, and it's going to put it at. It's choppy. You see how it's choppy? Because it's acting as if it's connecting it to a trapezoid rather than a circle. Put the circle back on there, and it lets me just go around. All right. I'm going to attach it. That's the rocket that I want. We're going to go to launch. We're going to double check this sequence. Okay, we're good. Go into launch. Okay, I'm going to increase the throttle. I'm going to turn on RCS, which is tells the command module to automatically correct the maybe that's SAS. I don't know. These 2 things tell the spacecraft to fly straight. And I think RCS is what just turns the thing to try to correct itself, and the SAS no, it's the other way around. The SAS is what tries to keep the aircraft to go in the direction that you want it to go in, and the RCS is the rockets. Like if you have spare rocket, like there's thruster rockets that you can attach to it to keep it going straight, and I'll show you that later if I get it unlocked. And there's this really interesting thing that right now, even though I'm on the launch pad, I can right click on it and do the experiments right now. And look, I'll actually get data, recovery data, transmit. I'm going to recover it. Okay, like we had those comm links, and those comms links, I can transmit the data and reset the experiment without having to recover the vessel. But if I keep the data, I have to recover the vessel in order to get the points for it. Whereas I can just send it right now and start a new experiment. Can I do a crew report? Can I do a crew report? Yeah, I can do a crew report right now, but it's only 5, so we'll reset the thingy. Anyway, all right, here we go. Now we'll do it. Now we'll do it. Alright, we're out of fuel. There we go. You notice our parachute is red. That's going, hey, you don't want to fire, no. No. Bad. Bad you. Don't do that. Okay. As you can see, our parachute says it's okay to deploy now. And we're going to, actually, we're going to go ahead and deploy because we're at a good speed, and this will help. It's going to act as a drag chute and helps keep us from gaining too much speed. We should be having a pocket. Anyway, the reason how come the command module is shaped this way is because it creates a natural air pocket. It'll actually help slow the craft down because air will hit the bottom of it, travel around it, and then try to go up the sides as because it's less resistance to go that way. So it hits the bottom of it, hits resistance, goes along the side, and it's going to travel very fast, which creates a small, minuscule amount of lift. It's not going to create enough lift to actually keep it up, but it's going to create enough lift to help it slow down. We have a good chute. And now we're going to fast forward. And that's how that helps. And the shape of it also helps with making sure if you turn all the SAS off, the bottom will naturally go down because it's the weight balance and the aerodynamics of it. Because yeah, if I turn it the other way, it will go nose down as well, but it's got a counterweight in the bottom to help keep the bottom down. I know that doesn't really make too much sense, but it's hard to explain aerodynamics like right now without being in a classroom setting and showing you diagrams and drawings. Alright, so crew report, we got +10 science, mystery goo experiment, +9 science, recovery of vessel that survived a flight. We only got 2 science because it's the second experiment of the same type. We've already launched a spacecraft and recovered a spacecraft, so we're not going to get that much science for it. Total science 27. Okay. With that 27, we're now going to look at what do we want to do? Do we want to be able to recover? Do we want to be able to be more stable by adding side decouples and that? Or do we want to go with straight general rocketry where we got more fuel and engines? Well, I want to go with getting up higher. We want to go up, and then we'll go with survivability. But we don't have enough science, so it's time to build another rocket and try to do more. Let's see. Detach this. Get rid of these fuel tanks and throw on a bigger fuel tank. Because I should have gotten a bigger fuel tank. There's a bigger fuel tank. Which, this holds 45, this holds 90. So it's twice the amount of fuel because guess what? It's twice the size. So now we're going to put 2 of those on there. Okay. And then get rid of those. Put some heavy rockets on there. We're just playing around, really. Yeah, I could do some really cool, like, ooh, let's, yeah, no, I'm just going to play around a little bit. And let's put some fins on there to add some stability, because we kind of went wonky there when our spacecraft just, flipped on us. So that's what we're gonna do there. Okay, and let's just try it. Let's just go with it. Let's just go with it. I'm okay with that. Let's see what we can do. Because if push comes to shove, we can do our other experiments while we're doing different things, because last time I did it while we were sitting here, just on the tarmac. Go ahead and do liftoff, and then we'll do our experiments. I'm tilting. I'm tilting. Stop tilting. No! No, go the other way! No! No! Don't die! No! Oh, we have rotation. Rotation's cool. Oh, but I'm burning now. Oh, I'm getting hot. I'm in the atmosphere. Oh, things are heating up. Okay. Oh, everything blew up. So we're just going to get rid of everything. Get rid of everything. And I am in the upper atmosphere. I'm still within the atmosphere. This is outside of the atmosphere. Everything blew up. That was cool. These are the different stages as they're plummeting to the Kerbal planet surface. Oh, I'm almost out of the atmosphere. I'm almost there. What's funny is I've actually taken Kerbals, because you can tell them to go on a spacewalk. I can't remember what it is. But I can tell him to go on a spacewalk, and he'll actually get out and climb on right here, no matter where I'm at. Like, I could do it right now. But we're going to, oh, there we go. EVA. X vehicle. Exterior vehicle something. Adventure. But that'll get him out of the spacecraft. And we're like, just... Okay, we're going to check the orbital map, see what we're doing. Okay, so what this does, this orbital map shows us, there's where we lifted off, and this is our current trajectory. This is where we're going. And if I had rockets and whatever, I could click on a spot, add a different maneuver, and change the direction that the craft is going to be going into to plot a course to set up for, boom, there's an orbit. See, that would be me setting up a orbit maneuver. But since I can't do it, it's kind of pointless. Docking, never, ever, ever have I done a successful docking. Never, ever. Back to staging. Can't deploy the chute because we're too high in the atmosphere and we're going way too fast. And we're going to speed up our thingy. And as you notice, you see how it's continuously wobbling because it's trying to hit that perfect pocket. Once it hits that pocket, and I don't have a heat shield, so okay. And the wind forces are forcing it to correct itself to be bottoms down. And then we're good to deploy chute because it turned clear and now it's yellow going, okay, we're dragging. And okay, and we have successful deployment. We have had a successful launch. We have gone from the pad up into the upper atmosphere. Our spaceship blew up when we separated the stages, but we'll still get some good science from it all. Still get some good science. Override existing crew report? No, don't override the existing crew report. Fast forward recovery. Oh, that's right. I can click right here, right there. Internal vehicle adventure, external vehicle. I can click here and look at the inside. Ooh, that's the inside. And that's a little window. I want to click here to get out. Nope. Okay. How do I go back to the other view? Stop. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay. Recover vessel, recover vessel, recover vessel, recover vessel, because then you'll get your science. And I got 10 science from flying over crew port, 21 science from my mystery goo. Crap, I didn't use the little vessel from some flight. But it was more than a flight. I made it to the upper atmosphere. That's just a structural fuselage. I don't care. This is more rocket stuff, but it's 45. Survivabilities, got a heat pack. Service bay. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what some of this stuff does, because I just play around with this. I just know how to eyeball it, really. I want that one because I want the decoupler, and that for the aerodynamics. And if you wanted to build a space plane, you can actually build planes with this. Because it's actually pretty cool. I just have never built a successful plane either. Reaction wheel's what's really awesome to keep the tip of the rocket pointed in the right direction. You're 45, so I can buy you, find what I can pay for. This is an electrics package. I can actually, instead of putting an actual crew out, I could put a satellite and actually build a satellite that orbits and collects data and goes around and comes around and does things. Okay, this has been Credible Hulk playing Kerbal Space Program in honor of SpaceX's Jason 3 satellite launch successful today. Please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.